I've been a widower for exactly 6 years now. I was blissfully married to a woman named Ava for 15 amazing years. We didn't have much in the beginning, but we were happy that way. She always said she'd rather stroll with a man that she truly loved than to have luxury with a man she didn't. She was good to me in that way. Never made me feel bad about anything. Sorry. Anyways, 6 years ago today, she was taken from me. It was February 14th. I wasn't feeling well, and she had gone to the natural food market to get me some tea. She always made tea when I was sick, pampered me just like a loving mother would. She was just going down one of the aisles and whoosh, her life was snuffed out like a candle's flame. My wife just dropped dead right there in the spices section. 34 years old. She was healthier than I was, just like that. One aneurysmal subarachnoid hemorrhage later, and she was gone forever. I've tried to make it on my own, but I can't. Food has no taste, water quenches no thirst, and sleep provides no rest. Not without her. I've prayed to heaven, to hell, to anyone that could bring her back. Finally, I resigned myself to the wonders of the internet. After days of searching, I finally find something, a kind of ritual. I've nothing to lose, and worst case scenario, nothing happens other than I wasted money and some time. The items are collected and the ritual performed. I feel no different after, still just exhausted in every way one spirit can be. Trying not to get my hopes up, I go to bed. After a fitful sleep, a cold empty bed greets me in the morning. I guess I really didn't expect much different. Refusing to succumb to my dejection, I surrender myself to my daily routine. I drive to the store to buy some food for the dog and a pack of smokes. It was the one thing I wasn't able to do when she was still alive. She hated smoking, especially the smell of my breath. Ashtray kisses, she'd say. The day was gorgeous but felt heavy to me for some reason. I guess everything feels heavy these days though. When your only purpose for the last 15 years has been to make someone happy, what do you do with yourself now that that purpose is gone? Halfway through the day, the door makes a strange squeak as I hear it open. I descend the stairs, confused but hopeful. There she is, my beautiful wife. She looks amazing, younger than she did when she died, if you can believe that. She places a bag of groceries down on the counter and takes out a box of tea. Babe, what happened to the car? I drove it to the store and when I came out, it was gone, she explains. I had to call one of those Uber things. This guy had packs of Cheez-Its in his car. I got your tea, by the way. She kisses my cheek and pauses. Hey Maddie, did you do something different with the house? It looks so gloomy in here. Open some shit up. Come on, let some light in. Wait, were you smoking? Yeah, open the door, but leave the screen closed. She flirtatiously glares at me, then proceeds to fit about the house, cleaning and arranging like no years have passed at all. Cautiously, I walk up to her and touch her face, half expecting my hand to pass right through her. It doesn't though. Her warm face nuzzles into the groove of my hand and her eyes close, absorbing the love of my touch. I hug her fiercely and we made love like we hadn't in years. Literally, I can't stop staring at her. My heart is so caught up in the relief from its torment that I can't bring myself to question everything now. Let me enjoy this first. Help can come tomorrow. 12 hours pass by, and suddenly, she screams. Her bones contort and her eyes freeze over. She clutches her heart and drops off the bed, rigid by the same time she hits the ground. I faint, wake up, and it's morning again. She's lying there on her side, smiling at me with no recollection of the night before. That first morning, I rush her to the doctor, explaining what I saw the previous night. They both stare at me with bewildered faces. She swears to him that she feels fine and suggests that maybe I'm the one who needs to be checked out. As if this was the time for jokes. I watched her die. After everything comes back to normal, he sends us home, but not before giving me a list of recommended therapists that accept our insurance. The rest of the week continues. Other than being a little more withdrawn due to plaguing images of a dying wife, things were great. I start to enjoy her more and more, my suspicions shrinking smaller and smaller every day that went by. After all, this is what I prayed for. She's back in my life. She didn't come back a rotted corpse. She's not full of evil carried over from the other side. She's just my wife. It was exactly 1 week to the day that she'd returned when I'm robbed of my security. The catch to my bargain was like the hand of death gripping at my throat. We're out driving and decide to pull over and go for a walk. The sky is just beginning to fill with the colors of the fading sun. Ava drops her phone on the sidewalk. When I bend to retrieve it, she moves over to allow me room to do so. Just then, a truck swerves to avoid something large in the roadway and Ava is hit. "Maddie, I love you," she cries, seconds before impact. I see the beautiful blue of her eyes get lighter and lighter as her life fades. The crimson pool surrounding her blends in with her auburn hair. I call for an ambulance and hold my love as I wait for help, even though I know there is none. Nothing can help her now but the sweet release of the afterlife. They take her away and I sob hard. You would think the agony of seeing my wife die for the third time would take on an almost surreal kind of element to it. However, it becomes more and more devastating each time that it happens. Am I in hell? It feels that way, but I haven't really done anything in life to deserve such a fate. Not to mention, I'm most definitely sure I'm not dead. My pounding headaches and constant sweat-stained nightmares make me sure of that. I awake the next morning once again to the chill of a cold empty bed. This time though, I smell bacon. I can hear Ava's lovingly tone-deaf voice singing from the kitchen. All you gotta do is, man, hold her when you wanna. Squeeze her, don't tease her, never leave her. Get to her. Got to try a little tenderness. I smile as I recognize her favorite song. However, as much as I want to rush her, hold her, and join in a song, I cannot move. My mind has a moment of true insanity, like the kind where you don't know if you're in a dream, or you keep dreaming about waking up from a dream but you're in another dream. It's madness. My mind shuts down as I struggle to sort out reality from its alternative. I continue to lay there motionless in a pool of sickly sweet smelling sweat. Week after week she leaves me, all in different ways. It seems like the more I try to keep her safe, the more violent her deaths become. She chokes on a homemade dinner I made her the first week of September. She's struck down by a seizure that causes cardiac arrest the middle week of October. The 3rd of December, I thought I finally beat it. She lies down next to me and just falls asleep. There's no blood, no screams, no demons taking over her body movements. Just sleep. I leave to take some medicine, and when I come back, she is still there. I get so excited I actually jump up and down with joy until I see that her eyes are open. They are fixed in a lifeless 1,000-yard stare, the irises almost a blue white. Again, she is gone, so I lay there and hold her body until the morning breathed life back into it. I know the marble cold skin will be replaced by warm breathing silk by the time I wake up again. Ashamedly, after about the 16th week in a fit of insanity, I kill her myself, in the most respectfully loving way possible, if there even is such a thing. The look in her eyes as she realizes what I've done was worse than any death I've seen thus far. I think that look will stick with me at the most. I see it in her smile when we make love, when she cries at something beautiful. I just wanted it to change it, break the cycle. I'd try anything, but she would die and then be vibrant and beautiful the next morning like nothing happened, over and over again. The cliched phrase, "careful what you wish for," plays through my brain like a broken record. You tell me, is it worth it? Would you be able to handle the mental anguish over and over again just to have one more day? The same day with different events, all leading to the one you love's death. I have nightmares of waking up next to her rotted face. Till death do us apart. Maddie, she says as her lower lip falls into my lap. It's been almost a year now since it started. I'm rapidly losing my mind. How many times do I have to watch this? As if one sitting burning into my every thought. It will always be the last thing I see before I go to sleep, and the first thing I think about in the morning. Her image is perverting to me. Her eyes are starting to look the same alive as they do when she's dead.
Two fates met in the blow, plus getting the dough. checking your hoe while you sweating the flow. I be as intellectual, incredible, and flexible. I turn the virgin sexual, impeccable, but technical.
I be the first letter, if you ain't know, check the alphabetical order. My natural elements, chemical shorter to leave it cruel. More bloodier, the menstrual waters on the 28th. Your thoughts are pennyweight, I'ma generate these bonds. Watch as I detonate.
At any rate, I separate like racist niggas segregate you featherweights.